I'm excited to give you this breakthrough energy. And I just want to welcome everybody for being here. Thank you for taking time out of your busy week. I know that with the holidays building, there's lots of events and lots of competition. So I have a question for you. Have you ever felt stuck when you feel like you're doing everything right, but nothing seems to be working? If that's you, go ahead and put a yes in the chat. Is that you struggling with, oops, now I can't figure out here we go. If that's you struggling with feeling like you're doing everything right and nothing seems to be working. Okay, yes, Christine, Jennifer, hello. Heather, yes, Jennifer, Preston. Okay, that's you. Okay. Yeah, it really sucks when you feel like you've been doing everything right, nothing's working. Like this. Okay. Have you ever been feeling unmotivated or anxious or feeling overwhelmed? It's another expression of feeling stuck. Have you ever had those feelings and wondering what you can do with it? Maybe doing all the wrong things. If that's you and you're nodding yes, that you felt anxious, you felt overwhelmed, you felt like you just don't know where to turn, then that means that you're carrying some hidden energy blocks and they're sabotaging your success. So the question I want to have you think about is the costs that being stuck or having these energy blocks are costing you. Think about maybe if you're stuck for 1 year, all the missed opportunities that you could be missing. The clock is ticking. The time is passing. As 3 years pass, just imagine the strained relationships, the exhaustion, the burnout, the emotional roller coaster that you go through. And then stretching out to 5 years, just imagine you're standing at the end of a road and you're just looking lost because you're unfulfilled. You don't know where to go. Ask yourself, how much does that cost you in terms of relationships, opportunities, burnout, feeling unfulfilled? I'd like to spend a minute and just introduce myself. I know there's a lot of you on here right now who know me, but those of you who don't know me, my name is Dr. Amirah Hall. And 25 years ago, I had a successful tech career. And I was a six-figure income earner back in 1998, but I felt like something was missing in me. And so I took a spiritual journey to Egypt. And that's where I had a near-death experience. And when I returned to the United States, a couple of things happened. First of all, I noticed and could see things that other people couldn't. It was almost like my clairs, all of them, the clairvoyance, the clairsentience, the clairaudience, claircognizance, they all opened up. And it felt like I was stepping into the cantina scene in Star Wars. It was pretty strange and very difficult. I distanced myself from my friends, from my family, stopped all my hobbies and things that I love. And then I got fired. And I got to say, I was at the bottom of the barrel. I lost everything that meant anything to me. But I knew something happened. I didn't dare go see a psychologist because I figured they were going to lock me up and throw away the keys. But I went on a journey and I spent the next year trying to overcome the self-doubt I had, the questions of what happened to me. And I discovered that there was a lot of power in energy clearing. I learned how to clear my own energy because all I wanted was my life back. I wanted that successful career to re-enter. And I didn't, that was the way I started to turn things around. So I rebuilt my life by addressing the energies. I didn't know at the time what exactly it was, but there were energies that were sabotaging me and creating success. And for the last 25 years, I've been teaching people these very tools that I use to turn my own life around. When I started interviewing again, as everything turned around, I'd get to the third interview and I wouldn't be selected. And I was interviewing for six-figure jobs way back in 1998, 25 years ago. After that happened to me 3 times in a row, I finally got it. It was actually after several nights of cussing out God and really pissed off that I realized the big word was surrender. surrender to a new path. And that's when I launched this coaching career. I wasn't called a coach way back when. I didn't know what to call myself. So I called myself every name in the book. How about that? There were very few people that could give me insight of what happened to me on my journey. But what I learned as I started to receive downloads of where I went and what was happening is that the energy is the foundation of our success. And it's not just about personal transformation, it affects your life, it affects your work, it affects absolutely everything that you relate to as a success, including business. And so you might be wondering how that energy impacts getting tangible results. And so here I'd like to just share a few minutes of some people that some of you are here in the room. Take a listen of what they had to say of what their experience has been by clearing the energy block.
This is the real deal.
I was about to lose everything. All the work went away. And then all of a sudden, just millions in contracts have been coming in, which is pretty crazy.
It's been so amazing. It's just life-changing.
The job that I wanted just popped up. Everything happened so quickly, and the job was mine within 2 weeks.
My life did a complete turnaround 180 degrees. I started making the best money I've made in my life. I became a happier person.
It really changed my life because now I have this prestigious job. It really helped me to create everything I guess I dreamed for. I was just totally immobilized and had a lot of anxiety and depression. Now I'm living my life now. It's just amazing the things that are coming in. Now there's bidding wars with some employers over me trying to get me to work for them. I'm just so excited.
I would do anything that would even take me quarter of an inch to reach my goal. And this has been helping me not only quarter of an inch, but quite leaps and bounds.
Absolutely have been astonished. I've had spiritual experiences in the past, but not knowing how to integrate them.
It has been amazing. My attitude has improved greatly. I am not procrastinating like I was. I'm happier. I like my job again. I've had a company reach out to me. They just come out of the blue. I've had a recruiter reach out for a job. It went from, what am I going to do to, okay, which one am I going to pick?
I was in such a transition period. After the first session, I felt so relieved, like just a weight taken off of me. I ended up getting 3 job offers. I put my house up for sale, and an offer came in 2 days later for $15,000 more than what we listed for. It's just been an incredible journey.
About 8 weeks into the program, I started my new job, which was fantastic.
I've seen a huge change in myself in terms of stepping into my power, being way more confident and loving myself in a way that I did not. I was having this torturous anxiety dreams and nightmares for a couple of years, maybe almost every single night. Those have completely dissipated. Yeah, I'm not feeling confident that I was even worthy of a job that I wanted or a job at all. I've never got a full-time job after 10 years of being adjunct. I finally gotten a full-time job at a school I love. I'm thrilled to be starting in just a couple weeks.
Out of the blue is literally my dream job with huge increase in salary, which is so much more. I had a good salary in the corporation where I have been for 17 years.
I was depressed. I didn't want to even partake in anything. And after the first meeting, my self-esteem was coming up. And by the end of it, not only did I have myself, but myself is confident. And I can now put my best foot forward. I'm getting interviews. I was feeling stuck. I didn't know where to turn. I am more focused, confident, clarity on what I want to do. And I want to encourage you to take the opportunity to work with her, because wow, you will have your own experiential journey that will blow your mind.
It's just life-changing.
Yeah. Do you ever feel like you're doing everything right and you still feel stuck? If that's you, go ahead and put a yes in the chat. Let me see who is feeling stuck, feeling like you're doing everything right and nothing seems to be changing. Here we go. I got to open my chat here. Yeah. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. Jennifer, Louise, yes. Okay. Sometimes success can feel out of reach, no matter how much effort we put into it. But I really want to emphasize that's because success isn't about a strategy. It's not about effort. It's about alignment. It's about aligning your higher self and your physical body. And that's the foundation of everything, to allow the energy to flow effortlessly. So think of energy as Wi-Fi, right? And when it's weak, maybe you've been there, you've been out of the range of the signal, right? Nothing works and it's really frustrating. But when we're connected, when we're aligned and everything's working, it flows almost effortlessly. When I was working with Justin, he was stuck and he couldn't grow his revenue. And I remember in the first few weeks, we collected almost $200,000 in receivables that seemed to be just literally eluding him. And then after we cleared the blocks, the success, he received the collectibles and more contracts started coming in, and he was more clear in making decisions. He was more confident, more opportunities were coming in for him. Of course, being more confident, he was more productive as he's resolving the money blocks and abundance blocks. Now with Lisa had been working for the same company for 17 years. But she was feeling like there was change in the wind and she was feeling stuck. She felt like she was sidelined and she couldn't really grow in her position, and feeling frustrated with a toxic environment and not knowing who to trust, or because all the parts were moving. After we cleared her energy block, she landed her dream job. And that happened in just 5 weeks. And so the tangible benefits are that she's more empowered, more confident, making more money, feel more aligned, working for a company that she's aligned with their values and their principles. And she just loves her new work. So the point I want to make here is that energy, the concept of it, it's not woo-woo, it's actual science. Think of it as an invisible force that drives everything that we do. And energy isn't something that's separate. It's not mystical. It's what drives your thoughts, your emotions, your actions. And when your energy is blocked or misaligned, it literally creates the resistance in your life that you might describe as feeling overwhelmed or anxious or confused. But when it's clear and when it's aligned, that's when success becomes effortless. So your energy is the greatest asset, that when it's clear, everything in your life, including your business, aligns with ease. So have you ever noticed when everything seems to fall into place magically? And as a result, you feel confident, aligned, or is it you're feeling confident and aligned and everything falls into place? What if there's only one thing that's standing between you and success? And if you could clear that block in your energy, what would that be? Go ahead and share in the chat. What if there's only one thing standing between you and success? And if you could imagine what that would be, go ahead and write that in the chat. Clarity. Oh, very good. Very good. Yeah. You feel like you're missing a piece to the puzzle or a few puzzle pieces. All right. Not everything, but yes. Okay. All right. So let's dive right in to the 7 energy blocks that are secretly sabotaging you. 1, self-doubt and limiting beliefs. Common signs of this is when you're overthinking or feel like you're faking it and somebody's going to find you out. You're not good enough. Or you spend hours and hours analyzing every detail before you're able to make a decision. Or you ask 15 people their opinion. And that just delays you in being able to take action. When you delay starting a project or taking over doing something because you're too overwhelmed, right? You don't even know where to start. You don't have the clarity or the ability to tell yourself to get going. Instead, you say, I'll start tomorrow. Go ahead and leave in the chat if that's you, or you feel self-doubt or limiting beliefs have been popping up or hiding themselves from you. Write in the chat, please. You can just write a yes. Clarity, energy, shame. Okay. Just write yes if you feel that you've got some limiting beliefs or you're overthinking You're feeling like an imposter and putting things off. Great. Okay. It's not great that you have that, but we all have. Yeah. Tired. Yes. Overwhelming. The second energy block is emotional baggage. Common signs of this is you're overreacting. Maybe you get some feedback from somebody, a boss or a friend, and you just take it over the top and you take it personal. Maybe you're somebody that avoids collaboration because you don't trust other people. Maybe you're avoiding public speaking because you were embarrassed as a child. I can relate to that when I first started speaking in public. Maybe like if you received some constructive criticism from a manager, you took it as a personal attack, and then you hated them and you had this resentment against them. Maybe you're somebody, if you're a CEO or a business owner, you refuse to delegate tasks, or maybe you're just a mom and you don't want to delegate tasks because you believe that others can't do it as good as you. Those are examples of how emotional baggage is keeping you stuck. Write a yes in the chat if that's you. If you sense there's some aspects to you that is participating with or doing the dance with emotional baggage. Yes. Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. So let's move on. You don't want to bother anyone. Yeah. Okay. You think it's being kind to somebody else, but there's so many other reasons why that emotional baggage is interfering. Yeah. The third energy block is fear of change. And the common signs of that would be that you're, let's say, staying in a dysfunctional or a toxic relationship. That could be at work, or it could be at home, or in a relationship, personal relationship. Maybe you stay in the job way too long, even if it's not fitting you, just because it's safe, because you're getting a paycheck. And you think, yeah, at least I have a job, right? That's where I should be grateful because I have a job. When you procrastinate making decisions, at least you know what to expect. So you're delay taking actions because you don't know what the future or the uncertainty will present. So you delay or you stay stuck. Back to that old stuck. Or let's say you delay putting off a business and you say to yourself, I'll do it when I'm ready, or it's not the right time, right? Oh, if God wanted me to, everything would be in alignment. Go ahead and put a number 3 in the chat if that is you, fear of change. Okay, thank you. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Yeah, okay, I hear you. All right. Energy block number 4, the lack of self-value. And the common signs of that could be like you over delivering, giving way more than somebody asked for, whether it's your kids, whether it's your boss, and just saying yes to absolutely everybody. And you literally become everybody's doormat. Maybe you're working unpaid or overtime without being paid, or you're discounting your rates because you're fearful of rejection. Spending hours and hours perfecting a project, just adding extra services without even being asked to, or additional time is a sign that you're probably everybody's doormat. Go ahead and write a number 4 in the chat if you can relate to that. You sense those blocks in your space. Type number 4 if that's you. Yes, thank you. Okay. And this may not be all the time throughout your day, but it shows up in your life, in things that you're doing. So you want to take note. Energy block number 5, the lack of clarity. Being disconnected from your guidance, your higher guidance, or your intuition is one thing that is going to really put things into reverse. When you're ignoring your gut feelings, maybe you don't trust those gut feelings. Maybe you're tired of making decisions and you just can't make any more, or you're constantly seeking the advice of other people. That's showing you that you've got a lack of clarity. You're not trusting your own insights or information. And another thing is you have a sense of lack of purpose. And you don't really know where you're going, or you're just following what other people tell you to do. You struggle to make decisions because You're disconnected from your higher self, from your purpose, and from the plan, your plan. Go ahead and type a 5 if you can relate to that lack of clarity. Thank you. Yes, 555. Yeah. And again, this may not be all the time, but these are some of the signs that they can show up intermittently. They can be all at once, and they hit at the darndest times when we're least looking. Energy block number 6, negative influences. So the common signs of this would be someone that's draining you. Maybe it's a toxic relationship. Maybe you're someone that's always receiving criticism from friends and family. Maybe you have a friend that's always complaining or everything around them. Maybe you're working in an environment that's unsupportive and toxic, dysfunctional, or a boss that doesn't value who you are and your contribution. Maybe you're someone that has jealous friends or someone that downplays your success. Maybe it's a sibling. I often see that. Or you're feeling guilty and you downplay your own achievements or accomplishments because you don't want to shine. Oh gosh, then there's social pressure and there's family pressures, right? The family pressure for you to follow, let's say, the expectations of previous members. If everybody in the family is a lawyer or a doctor, and you feel the pressure to follow that career path because that's what's expected. Social media comparisons. A lot of people compare themselves to their friends on social media or to the influencers, and then they start to put themselves down. So that can really be an energetic block that's sabotaging you without you realizing it. Go ahead and type a 6 in there if you're feeling any of these negative influences that you feel blocked. Okay, why you can't go home for the holidays? Yeah. The holidays can be especially tough for a lot of people. Do you guys remember? Norman Rockwell, like the Norman Rockwell family, right? Or even the Leave It to Beaver family, if any of you are as old as I am. Yeah, so most of us don't have those families, right? So thank you. Yeah, there's a lot of 6s there in the chat. So thanks for sharing that. Yeah. 7, energy block is scarcity mindset. Some of you may not have thought of this or considered this, but if you're hoarding every note that you've ever taken in business, or if you've been on master classes and you're feverishly taking notes and you keep all those books just in case someday you're going to refer to it, because after all, you spent all that time and maybe you spent some money on the master class and you didn't want to lose anything, or you're hanging on to everything. Also, another sign of hoarding is competition, and hoarding opportunities. Maybe you don't share any email that would help a friend, or you don't want anyone to know you're sitting in this masterclass, so you keep it to yourself. Just kidding. Maybe you're someone that's a panic seller, and by that is, I've got to get rid of this because I'm running out of money, or I got to sell it now before the prices drop. Another scarcity mindset would be, if you're an independent, have your own business, maybe you're taking on clients just because they pay money, but that it would be a toxic relationship, or it wouldn't be a good, harmonious relationship. Or out of the fear of lacking something that you're going to miss out. Or I can't throw out my notebook because I've got all those notes. That's another example of scarcity. I can't tell you the number of times I've been out for coffee with, let's say, another lady. And if I go to pay, sometimes they'll say no, instead of welcoming the coffee or the tea. And that's a scarcity mindset. No, I don't want to put you out, and I don't want to be obliged to you for any crazy reason. But it's also an indicator that they can't receive. So they're hoarding their own, maybe control, being able to control the situation and not feeling, obligated. So go ahead and put a 7 if you can relate to any scarcity mindset tricks that you pull. Tricks. Yeah. Anybody can think of something that I haven't mentioned there? Guilty of 7. Yeah. Scarcity mindset. Yeah. I think, Justin, you'd shared with me that you were cleaning out the house and all your boys are big teenagers and above, and even your wife was holding on to baby clothes. So that would be an example of hoarding. holding on to something. Maybe there's an emotional attachment. There may be justification of why, but at the same time, you're hoarding or holding on to some energy, and you're literally keeping the energy from flowing and or other opportunities to come in. May not be another baby that comes in, but let's say a business or an opportunity to do something new and different. Great. Yeah, for sure. All right, guys. So here's what I want to share with you is the breakthrough approach. So let's do some energy work here. I'm always all about clearing some of this energy. So thanks everybody for participating. I really appreciate that. I just want you to know there's nothing to buy here tonight. I forgot to say that at the beginning. I'm not selling anything here. We're going to do some energy work. And the only thing I'm going to do at the end is I'll invite you into a clarity call with me so that we can find out what's keeping you stuck so you can have your breakthrough. If it speaks to you. If it doesn't, that's fine too. So let's go ahead and just sit back in your chair. Tune into your body just for a minute. And I see a buzz. I'm sensing your energies buzzing and maybe lit up like a Christmas tree, like you're triggered. Holy shit, I got some blocks. I get that. So with a smile on your face, actually, I'm sorry that you closed your eyes, open them again. On the bottom of the right corner of the screen, there's a gauge. Some of you that are my students, you know about this gauge, but those of you who are new to me, look at this gauge, and from, I say 0 would be in the far red zone, and 100% is on the far right on the green zone. From 0 to 100%, looking at that gauge, where are you in this minute? How much space do you have for a breakthrough? How much space from 0 to 100 do you have for a breakthrough? And there's no judgment on this. It's just a number. And go ahead and 50%, 90%. Okay. Just a number, guys. From 0 to 100%, don't take it personal. It's just information. 85%, 89%, 80%. Great. Okay. All right. So with your eyes closed now, just imagine a version of yourself out on your screen. Thank you, Heather, 75, and Goddess is 87. Or Goddess, I hope I didn't pronounce your name wrong. Jennifer, 80. Good, thank you. So with your eyes closed, just envision a version of yourself out on your screen. Maybe you have an outline of yourself, like a crime scene where they have the yellow tape and it outlines the body, or white tape. Or a chakra person of yourself. Just look at yourself out there. And what we're going to do is we're going to have a ball of purple energy. We're going to imagine taking that ball of neutral purple energy. We're going to toss that towards your body and your aura, the space that surrounds your body, and have that purple energy stick to any limiting belief that says, I'm not enough. I don't deserve. I'm not smart enough. I'm not pretty enough. I'm not skinny enough. I'm not rich enough. I'm not enough. Just notice where all that purple energy sticks. Without judgment, just notice. Look on the outside, all around. And now imagine you've got a magic wand or a psychic vacuum cleaner. And I want you to go around and start collecting up all of that purple energy. Just imagine you're looking on a screen and it just pops up and it shows you like you're in kindergarten, you're pretending, you're playing, and you're absorbing that purple energy everywhere that you see it stuck. And go ahead, and if you could just put a yes or a thumbs up if you are complete. Thank you. Good job. Good job. Thank you. Good job. Okay. Now go ahead and look at that gauge again from 0 to 100. And what do you notice? Where's the gauge at now? What are you noticing? Where's the gauge at now? Good job, 99. It's shifting. Yeah, we want it to go up, that's for sure. 99.9, that's pretty good. 70%. Okay, Christine, you know what to do. 100. Great, great, great. 90%. Okay. You know what to do, Louise. Just keep cleaning it happier and lighter. I love that. Good. Okay. Yeah. Just imagine what's possible if you clear all those 7 blocks and align your energy for success. Just imagine what's possible. What are you noticing in the body as you do that? Are you noticing any shift? Are you noticing emotions are coming up? Anger. Interesting. Okay. Less stress. All right. Relaxed. Good. Yeah, sometimes when we release the energy, all the emotions that you've been repressing have a place to come out. Emotions aren't a bad thing. Okay, it's breathing easier. Awesome. Fewer blocks, open to clarity. Good job. So here's the secret of the breakthrough process that I've discovered over the years is when we have clarity, when we know what we need to do, and we have the tools or a system to plug into, and we give it some time, over time, the energy continues to expand and grow and lighten and grow and lighten and grow and lighten. And that's the secret to thriving. And so that's the work I've been doing now for 24 years, literally starting out with 4 weeks. We start out clearing our energy, applying the quantum energy tools. And we extend that into a 10-week journey. And all the while, we continue clearing the layers of all of these blocks that show up in a multitude of ways, and they're sneaky. They stay hidden. And that's ultimately the process. When I was working with Carrie, I met Carrie in San Diego when I was living there. And Carrie was struggling for a couple of years to get promoted. And no matter what she did, she was working with a career coach actually that said, do more projects, be seen by more of the executives, see staff, and just do more, do more. What happened was she was literally burning herself out. She couldn't sleep at night. Her body was falling apart. All these issues were coming up. Her hormones were out of balance. And what happened after the 10-week program, she landed her dream role. She was actually recruited by Intel. They gave her a signing bonus and a stock options. She got like a 30% signing, a pay bump with many of the bonuses I mentioned. Her energy was renewed, her vitality. She had massive clarity, a new man, a new relationship. And so everything completely turned around for her. When I was working with Manju was struggling. He always dreamed of being an actor, and he didn't feel like he would ever reach that goal. And when he came to me, he was over $50,000 in debt. He had so much debt, he couldn't travel to his own mother's funeral, he told me. And he had worked with many branded coaches. I think Joe Vitale was one of them from The Secret, a number of big time coaches, but nothing worked. And so working together, working one-on-one with me, literally everything changed for him. And he became a stand-up comedian. and in Dubai, and rose to the ranks of one of the top 3 in a very short amount of time. And lifestyle changes were immediate. His confidence soared, and he was making more money than he knew what to do with. Paid off all his debt. That's the best part, right? Dr. Naveen, when Dr. Naveen first reached out to me, she was struggling with a relationship issue, restraining orders with the relationship. Her confidence was in the tank. She was losing her business. She had massive family issues and relationship challenges and money problems. After working together with my 10-week program, she ended up launching a new medical practice in Dubai, where she was born. She moved back to Dubai from Chicago. Her health issues cleared up. She became a speaker and an influencer, and her business is thriving. So it's always extremely thrilling for me to share you these amazing stories. So what is it in a nutshell? People always ask me. Basically, it's private one-on-one coaching and mentoring with you. Yeah, Jennifer, I don't know. Sorry, guys, why you have a pain in your right side. Yeah. Okay. I will ask you to put a grounding cord on that left side. When we have pain, that's an indication of stuck energy, right? So that's why I teach these tools and have one-on-one sessions with you, because each week there's significant changes and we have to apply the tools in new ways. So the techniques I teach you aren't only for meditation, although that's the primary purpose. We begin to use them at the grocery store. Let's say going to the family dinner and being able to survive another holiday with your obnoxious sister, brother, or uncle, or cousin. So the other thing with my 10-week program is we have group activities, energy work that we do together. Plus there's 16 hours of online video work. So you'll individually listen and do the energy work with my classes. They're experiential. They're not just talking. You're not taking notes. In fact, I have an aversion to the note-taking part of it. You receive the support. And that's the secret, I believe. I've encountered many coaches over 24 years, and the big trend is doing everything online. I get that simplifies it and it makes it available to so many more people. However, the true transformation, I believe, happens when you have a coach or a mentor that's further along than you are. It doesn't mean they're better or worse than you. They have their own issues. I can guarantee it. I speak for myself. But they have a senior, more developed crown chakra in this case, that I can see the energy. I can see where your blocks are. And that's the advantage you have. Someone helping you stay on your track. Got an itchy nose. That means some guide or spirit is coming through me. Now, I know my training in this work isn't for everybody. That's why I'm offering these master classes. The transformations happen when you're in alignment, when you're committed, when you're ready to do the work, rolling up your sleeves. So that's why I'm offering that clarity call. So you and I can talk about your own individual situation, perhaps how the program can assist you or not. And like I said, it's not meant for everybody. We're going to uncover what's keeping you stuck, and we're going to explore maybe the energy alignment or what process would work best for you. Maybe my program will work for you. Maybe it won't. If you're not in the right mindset, or if it's not the right time. And I get that. So that's what I have for that. So let's do a little bit more work here. Okay. So we've got some stuck energy in Jennifer's side, and I'm sure anybody else with any shoulder pain or challenges, feeling stiff or stuck. Heather, you're breathing easier. Wonderful. Wonderful. Okay. Yeah, we're going to do some more clearing. So take another deep breath in. And I will find the link for you guys. Yeah. I'll get it before we go. Go ahead and close your eyes. Not to worry about the link. You'll be able to find me some way, somehow. Yeah, give yourself another big breath in. And just bringing your energy closer to your body. Arm's length around you. Tuning into that aura, edge of your aura. I like to put a marker on the edge of your aura. Maybe imagine a rose with an image of yourself dropped in that symbol. just as a marker, a decoy for you to stay in your aura. There you go. Just bring awareness to your spine, the base of your spine. And just imagine that spine has a little gold ball. Just imagine that little gold ball drops a line all the way down to the center of the planet. And secure it at the center of the planet. I like to imagine a magnet. So from the base of my spine, it's magnetized. The center of the planet, it's magnetized. And you have a nice, strong grounding cord. And just widen that grounding cord to meet the edge of your aura. And give yourself permission to begin allowing the gravitational pull of the planet to begin just magnetizing and pulling out any and all stuck energy that you're ready to release. It could be the activities of the day. It could be the plans for Christmas, or what am I going to do, or how am I going to get unstuck, or anything that's waving like a flag or trying to get your attention. Just let it go. All the activities of today, yesterday, the weekend. Just let go of family and friends, pets, kids, spouses. Just let all that energy flow away. And breathe. Let that belly of yours just stretch out as you inhale in. And out. And bring your awareness now to taking an elevator all the way up to the center of your head. And finding that spot in the center of your head, go ahead and imagine washing the walls, the ceiling, the floors. Maybe you've got your own AI robot and it just goes through it in a nanosecond and cleans out all of the thoughts, all the stinky thinking or the doubts or the hesitations or the confusion. Just power wash all that out. And whether you're using a magic wand or a sticky sponge or an AI robot, go ahead and toss that outside your aura and just explode it. Now, out in front of you, imagine in your mind's eye a timeline from birth on the left and all the way into the future. You can see your current time, your current age, and then into the future. You don't have to put a number on that. And what we're going to do is we're imagining a golden ball placed at birth. And in that golden ball, you're going to fill it with all the success and abundance, the spiritual freedom that your soul has access to, which is infinite. But I want you to pretend you're dropping in infinite abundance, success, joy, and freedom into that gold ball. And just go ahead and drop in a yes or a Y in the chat if you are with me. If you've got that little gold ball at birth on your timeline and you can see that and you've got great. I just want to make sure everybody's there. Awesome. Thank you so much. Now what we're going to do is just drag that little gold ball along your timeline. And we're going to slowly drag it along the timeline, depositing all that golden light filled with all of that abundance, success, freedom, and joy into the timeline. You're going to slowly drag it along like you're filling it in with liquid gold into your timeline. Slowly filling up the entire timeline. Coming all the way to your current age. And sliding that forward into the future. And just remember that clarity is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. And your transformation, your breakthrough, begins with one step. And so don't let those same blocks hold you back any longer. And just go ahead now and roll up that timeline. And go ahead and bring that timeline and into your heart. Drop it into your space. And go ahead and open your eyes. And you're welcome to come back on screen. I've got some time here, and so I'm going to open it up to Q&A. Go ahead and come back on screen if you have a question, or if you just have a comment. I'd love to hear how that experience was for you, or if you have any questions about anything we did. What are you noticing? Louise, would you like to share what you're noticing?
Freezing.
Oh, that's because of New Hampshire, not because of the work we did. You should
Actually,
be warming up. You should be on fire, girl. You got that golden light in your heart now.
Yes, I feel light. I'm almost lighthearted.
Lightheaded, even?
Yeah.
Like, everybody should drink some water right now.
Yep. I got my water, just like you told me.
Good. Okay, good. You're drinking more water. I'm happy to hear it. Good. I'm happy to hear that. So was that timeline was new for you? How was that experience for you? Is it a shock or fun?
I thought it was just interesting. Wasn't good, wasn't bad, but it was important.
You know what? Thank you for that. Because here's the thing, the nuance of these tools, you might feel a little more relaxed tonight as we go, but the real work shows up like in 3 days or 5 days or 7 days, right? Like it's all happened on the quantum level right now. Yeah. But it takes time before it filters down or steps down into 3D where we're all existing.
Yep.
So for everybody that's new to this, just know to watch out and let's see what reveals to you how it's going to be. Anybody else like to share or have a question for me? I'm here for you. We've got a few more times, so I'm happy to answer any questions. Is that you, Heather, want to say something, darling? I think you're from.
Yeah,
There you
got it.
Hi,
Yeah.
Heather, welcome.
Hi. My ball, it started out very small and full. And as it went along, it actually got quite big. It was like, wow, hey, this is really cool.
I love it. And the thing of it is about this work is you think you're making it up, but it's not you're making up. Your subconscious is talking to you. Your higher self is guiding you. And it's liberating, it's fun, it's playful, and you can never, like, I see things sometimes that I'm like, I could never make that up. Like, that's just way too wild. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Lisa, nice to see you, girl.
I didn't know we were on camera at first. I had some trouble getting in.
Hey,
Sorry.
welcome. How was that little timeline exercise for you?
I loved it. I did. And I saw somebody else say something about how the ball got bigger. And I think it was even more illuminated in gold as it moved forward. Yeah, that was very helpful.
Good. Let's see, because all the good stuff's going to keep rolling in. Our job is to keep our energy clear. And the more we get aligned, hey, I have my off days, right? There's times, and I tell you, when things start going wrong for me and things aren't in the flow, I know there's some energy that's really, I need to sit down and clear because I'm so used to things being my way. Called me a spoiled brat, but when you're used to being in the flow, you're just used to that rather than inconveniences. So yeah, you really can appreciate it. Yeah. So Lisa, do you have anything to share? You shared some wonderful words on the video, which I am so grateful for, but so many things have changed for you.
Yeah.
I love it when you keep saying, I'm still pinching myself. Are you still pinching yourself?
I do. I think some folks have already said too on the call, like how you feel lighter and like it drives like more clarity when you use the tools and you spend time daily trying to work on things that are blocking you and allowing the good things to come in so that you're no longer blocked. And it's great. It's just, yeah, I do oftentimes just, wow, I wish I had these tools and these things to focus on so long ago. And
I know
what
it just
I could
makes
have
life
done
more.
now, what I know now thing.
Yeah. And it just keeps getting better. I think the longer I guess that's why I've been doing this for 25 years now. It's just so easy, but also it's so entertaining to me. Maybe I'm simple-minded, but I find it entertaining because it's never the same. It's always changing. Keeps you on your toes. For any of you who have monkey minds like me, you're jumping around all over the place or you get bored easy. That was me, right? Yeah. And then when you start experiencing it's not synchronicities, you're creating the flow, you're creating the abundance, you're creating the opportunities. I saw somebody made a comment, all the opportunities that you lost. Was it you, Michelle? I can't recall, or Tracy, maybe could have been all of you. How many opportunities have you missed out on possibly because you stay stuck, right? And you're just in a shitty mood. You just don't want to be bothered and you just hunker down. You're shaking your head, Louise. I know I've struggled with depression over the years, and being in that stuck zone is not fun. It's not pretty. And you can be in your pity potty and you can be in a temper tantrum or pout for as long as you want and be the victim. But at the end of the day, when we punch through, that's what makes life worth living. Otherwise, you're in misery. Oh, Justin says it was really good. His body started to vibrate. Good. And Tracy says, I've missed out on too many great opportunities. Yeah. Yeah. What's that costing you, right, Tracy? Relationships, health, wealth, joy, right? Freedom. Yeah. So you guys are ultra talkative tonight. And I enjoy this space so much, getting you here and creating this fun, joy, magnetic vibe that I never want to let or say goodbye. I did post in the chat that link to book a call, and anybody who wants to talk about their next step. Yeah. I'd be happy to discuss. If you know somebody who needs to speak to me, to send them the link. Oh, you're so welcome, Louise. You're so welcome. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it, Louise. Yeah. Okay, Christine, goodbye. So I wish you a very happy, grounded, abundant, golden holiday filled with peace and freedom and joy. And I'll keep you posted for the next master classes that come down the pike. And for those of you in the Thrive Tribe, I'll see you next week for our group event. And ta-da! Enjoy the magic. Enjoy. And oh, keep me posted. Let me know. Drop me a message, an email, what you notice different, and watch the success and the synchronicities come in. All right. Okay, you guys, you're amazing. Thanks for being here. You're awesome. Bye-bye.